322 FY, the People versus Jamel Johnson.
Aaron Wagman on behalf of probation.
Good morning, Your Honor. Stephen Sharg on behalf of Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, can you state your name, please? Jamel Johnson.
Okay, so today is the time and date set for a bond violation hearing. Mr. Sharg, did you have an opportunity to review the allegations with your client?
I did, Your Honor.
Okay. They're not good.
No. He admits, Your Honor, that he violated his bond.
Okay, so let's go through that first. I don't have a bond violation advice or rights form. I lied. Did you go over this form, sir?
Yes.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes.
Did you have a chance to discuss it with your attorney?
Yes.
Okay, it's not been signed. Mr. Sharg, if you can approach with that, I'm going to ask your client to sign that form.
Thank you.
With a pen.
Yes, I will.
Yeah. Okay. Sir, your attorney has indicated that you'd be entering a plea of guilty to these allegations. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you understand, sir, that if you enter a plea of guilty to the allegations, you'll be waiving your right to a contested hearing.
Yes.
There will be no hearing of any kind.
Yes.
And you understand that I could modify your bond, I could extend your bond or add conditions or delete conditions, or I could revoke your bond, or I could change the bond amount. Do you understand all of that?
Yes.
And you had a chance to discuss this all with your attorney?
Yes.
The allegation that you tested positive for marijuana and cocaine on March 7th and March 10th, March 11th, and March 12th, how do you plead?
Guilty.
To the allegation you tested positive for alcohol on March 10th, and how do you plead?
Guilty.
And to the allegation you failed to appear for testing on March 9th and March 17th, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay, I'm going to accept the pleas. Let me ask you this, has anyone forced you to plead?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything or threatened you in any way to get you to plead? No? All right, I'm going to accept the pleas. Mr. Sharg?
Yes, Your Honor. Judge, I did have a lengthy conversation with my client. He has been reporting, he has been testing 3 times a week. He has a marijuana card for the marijuana, but with regard to the cocaine and alcohol, Mr. Johnson indicates that the reason why he missed his appointments was because he just didn't have the funds to pay for testing. He absolutely has no funds available. That's the reason why.
You know why? Because he's spending it all on coke. Coke's more expensive than testing, sir. I know that for sure. I know that. If you can afford to use coke all these days, you could afford a drug test. What is a drug test for someone not in treatment court?
He is in an outside facility at this time, but it's about $25.
You're paying $25 for a test, or you could pay what? A couple hundred for coke? You would have a lot more money if you weren't spending it all on coke. Anything else, Mr. Sharg?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, look.
Just to add one more thing, I noticed that the days were one after another that he tested, well, they were still in the system still, but.
No, Judge, I did confirm with the testing facility, the levels were not decreasing. It was indicating the use.
Yeah, some of these days, some of them, yeah, maybe the 10th and the 11th.
Right.
Maybe the 11th and the 12th, but the 7th, definitely not.
There's still no excuse to these using, but.
Right.
He's having difficulty.
He's ignoring my orders. And if he needs help, we have help. If he had trouble with paying for testing, he could have let the probation department know that. But the facts of the case are, in my opinion, Mr. Johnson, you know, you got charged with the reckless. You're a fourth habitual offender. I understand your priors are 2 decades ago, right? But they're all drug-related cases. And then you come into court, you receive a very nice, oh, we're still set for exam.
We're going to be waiving the exam. I'd waive it today, but the prosecutor's not here.
Yeah. So you have bond conditions. I give you random testing based on your history and the fact that you have all of this in your control. You weren't charged with, drunk or drug driving, but you were charged with possession of all these substances. And the only thing you have to do is not use while we're waiting, right? And you can't do that. And it's consistent use. And I mean, I don't think a personal bond's appropriate for someone who can't listen to a court order. You had a $5,000 personal bond on felony charges. And it's obvious to me at this point that you don't deserve that. You don't deserve a personal bond, because one of my jobs, like, you show up to court, you got there, you've got a competent attorney, good there, right? But are you a danger to the community? If you're out using drugs, like the allegations in this case are that you were using, or had all of these substances with you in a motor vehicle. And felony charges aren't enough. Like, if I got felony charges, I'd freak out and I'd listen. So you maybe you have a problem, and in treatment court or something like that would be appropriate for you. But that will have to be something that's determined downtown, because it's out of the scope of my authority. But your personal bond's revoked.
Mr. Sharp. I can make sure his tests get paid for, just if she extends.
So I can get more positive tests? No. He's got a $35,000 10% bond. If he makes that bond, he'll continue to test. Where's he testing now?
He's testing at on-site in Redford.
He can continue to test there, but I'm revoking the personal bond. He doesn't deserve it based on these allegations. He's a danger to the community. $35,000 10% bond. And are you set for an exam next week?
April 10th.
April 10th. Okay. All right.
April 7th.
April 7th, I'm sorry.
April 7th, whatever the Monday is that week. Oh,
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you back at exam day. And if you, Mr. Sharg, if you want to try and get and bind over sooner, if it is a waiver, you can always talk to,
Zoom it up.
yeah, you can always talk to the prosecutor. And if you want to zoom in
Okay.
next Monday, you can do that.
All right, thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
All right.